So here we have my Taco Bell Nacho Party tray, totally encapsulated, maybe for 1,000 years. Follow along in the video and you'll see how it's done. Okay, so I got my Nacho Party pack in the freeze dryer, and it was a tight fit, but hopefully it'll work. So perfect time to put together my mold. And I'm using this laminated wood, cheap wood. I had a bunch of scrap at work, so I used that down and cut it down for my mold. And what I'm going to do is take this Tyvek house wrap tape and cover that. I'm told you do that so that it don't stick. Alright, well that's it. Now I'm going to screw these on here. Like that. Okay, put the last screw in. Have a nice little mold. Now what I need to do is I got some 100% pure silicone, and I'm going to do all the edge corners on this. Because the last thing we want to do is for my expensive stuff to leak. That should do it. We'll leave that sit overnight. And that's where my tray's going to go in, full of nachos. Hopefully I gave myself enough clearance on the top for the nachos. I think I did, but time will tell. I'll see you next. Let's see what we got going next. When I start to pour, I guess. I'll see you then. Okay, so there's my Nacho Bell, what do they call that? Nacho Party Pack from Taco Bell, out of the freeze dryer. It was slightly bigger than my tray, so I had to kind of squish it together, which made it a little bit tall, so I was worried because I had to go up against the top of the heating rack in the freeze dryer, but it seems to be alright. So I'm going to get that transferred over to my tray, if we can do this in one piece. What I did was I put an extra piece of parchment paper underneath those, and hopefully that's going to make it a lot easier to, let's see if I can get that out there a little bit more. Transfer that in here. So, oh yeah, perfect. then we'll just cover up that extra piece of parchment paper. And it did do a little bit of shrinking. So what I'm going to do is rearrange some of this. I think what I'll do is make a nice little border over there for it, you know. That'll kind of cover up my shortness of the shrinkage. What do you think? Okay, I'm going to call that good. So for now, since I'm not ready to pour yet, I'm going to put this lid on here to protect that. And put that to the side. Okay, so I've poured about 1/8 of an inch of resin in there, and I'm going to put my chips in there, and hopefully this is the right time to put it in there so that they stick. The box sticks to the bottom without floating up. So we want to get that perfectly positioned where I want it. And that looks about right. I'm going to carefully try and pop those bubbles along the edge there without burning my box. Alright. So we'll leave that to sit. And probably in about 24 hours I'll be able to put some resin over that a little bit more. Alright, we'll see you then. So I'm just pouring this in. Last night I did a layer in there and let that sit overnight, kind of harden. It was tacky. I'm trying to fill the box now, and I'm pouring this in small layers because I don't want the chips to float up. So I just poured that another layer in there. I'll get another one mixed up, and we'll probably get that at least halfway full in the box tonight. I'll see you next time. So here we go. Everything's tight, nice and hard. And this is my first time of molding this, so I can see I got some flaws on the bottom, but I'm going to take this mold apart and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so it's demolded, and I'm just gonna sand this down. Right now I got a 220 grit, I believe, on there. I'm gonna take this lip off from when I poured it and get that all smoothed down, and we'll move on from there. Alright, there we go. That is it all sanded down. Next, to get my router out, I'm going to put a round edge on that. And then we'll get it cleaned up and do our top coat. Okay, having never used a palm router before, I thought I'd give it a go, and seems to be pretty straightforward. Okay, so everything's sanded. I put a nice edge on it, cleaned it all down with denatured alcohol, taped around my edges, and now we're ready to put our top coat on it. So I've mixed it up, and I got to stir this for about 4 minutes. Now we pour this. I'll let that sit for about 10 minutes, then I'll come torch that. Okay, I got that mirror finish on there for the bottom. Check that out. Came out really nice. So now I'm going to take that bottom off. We'll flip it over and do the same to the top and the sides. There you have it. There's the final product. There are some flaws on this. This is the first time I've ever done epoxy, and I was just motivated by some beautiful stuff I've seen on YouTube with epoxy, doing epoxy, so I thought I'd give it a try. I kind of picked a big project. I probably should have started smaller. So I have some flaws in this, but I'm overall very, very happy with this. Just to give you an idea, I used 2.5 gallons of resin, and it is 2 3/4 inches deep, 1 foot length or width or whatever, and 21 3/4 or 20 3/4 inches. That's heavy. But let's see if I can get a closer up. I'm not going to highlight my mistakes. There's plenty of them there. But I'm really happy with it after it being my first try. Oh, here we go. Look at all that. That's all encapsulated. And I put my little signature on it. John and Bibbs. There you go, kind of stand it up for you. There you have it. One happy camper here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.